Yo, what is up? Elden Ring video, and in this video I'm going to show you 15 items that you could utilize in game to increase your intelligence. Now, some of these will stack, some of these are only for a limited time, etc. Two of them are going to be similar items that you can't use at the same time, so technically there's 14 items. And then a bunch of them, a majority of them are helmets. So you're only going to be able to wear one of these. And some of them do have downsides. And it's up to you to decide which one works best for you. So anyway, I'm just going to go over the items. First up, we're going to have the Flask of Wondrous Physic. And right here, you have the Intelligent Knot Crystal Tier. This will temporarily boost your INT, and it will last for 3 minutes. Now, this particular flask will boost your intelligence to plus 10. So if there's a certain enemy and you need, a weapon you're using or a spell that you're casting that scales off of intelligence, and, maybe you want to be able to delete them super easily, and you have 3 minutes. So this would be the one for you right here. 3 minutes plus 10 intelligence. So it does boost up a lot. Right here, Marika's Soreseal. You also have the Scarseal, and then I'll tell you the difference between them. I'll just show you. Here is the Scarseal, and here is the Soreseal. You can only use one or the other. Now, for Marika's Scarseal, this one will give you plus 3 to Mind, Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane. Okay, then the Soreseal, this one, the one that I have equipped, this will give you plus 5 to Intelligence, Faith, and Arcane. So you're going to get that plus 5 versus the plus 3. Now, as I mentioned, you do have downsides to some of these. So this will increase damage taken by a similar measure. So, you'll be adding like the plus 3 or the plus 5 to the different damage types. So just as an FYI. Next up is the Stargazer Heirloom. This one gives you plus 5 intelligence with no downside to it. So this is definitely one right here. Like, you see my intelligence is 90. That's because I have some of these items equipped, and it goes up. Usually I don't go over 80 when I'm playing like as a mage, which I do play a lot of in almost every game, but played a lot of different, sorcerer types, spellblade, stuff like that, in Elden Ring. Anyway, so the Stargazer Heirloom right there with the plus 5 intelligence. And then you have Godrick. So let me show you this right here. This is going to be in your inventory, and you can equip whichever one you want. Now, Godrick's Great Rune, this is going to give you plus 5 to all your attributes, which includes intelligence. So you'll get Vigor, Mind, Endurance, Strength, Dex, Int, Faith, and Arcane, and you will get plus 5 if you have this Great Rune activated, which I currently do. So you have that Great Rune activated, and then you will have plus 5 to all of your attributes. There's no downside to this particular Great Rune. It just depends, on your use case and what you're trying to boost. And of course, this will stack with like the helm. It will stack with the Intelligent Knot Crystal Tier for that 3-minute duration. The Soreseal from Marika, the Stargazer Heirloom, you're going to be able to stack that with this. So next up, we have all the helmets that will give you a boost to intelligence. These are very similar to some of the other items. Some of them do have downsides to them. So I'm just going to go in order. First up, we're going to have the Imp Head right here, and this one gives you a plus 2 intelligence, and that's it. There's no downside to using this. I'm just going to show that one because we're right here. Next up, we're going to have Hierodas Glintstone Crown. That is going to be this one right here. It does increase your intelligence by 2, and then it also gives you 2 endurance. So the Imp Head is plus 2 with no downside. This one is plus 2 to intelligence and endurance, but you do have a detriment to your focus power, your FP. Next up, we're going to have is this Haima? Glintstone Crown. Now, this one will give you plus 2 to intelligence and to strength. Of course, going to come at the detriment of your FP as well. So just as an FYI. Then we have the Greathood. Now, the Greathood is going to give you +2 intelligence and faith. Again, detriment of HP. So this one, now focus power, you're going to lose a little bit of health. And then just to show you, I have 1900 health. When I click over it, I go down to 1729. So almost 100 and what is that? That is 171 HP loss. Huge loss right there. Same thing, like you look at my FP for these items right here. I'm at 268. This one's down to 243. And the other one that I showed, it goes down to 243 as well. So just to give you an idea of how much you will lose for using, those items. Now we have the Witch's Glintstone Crown, and that's going to be right here. This is going to increase your intelligence and arcane by 3 each to the detriment of stamina. So if you look at my stamina over here on the right, I have 88. It goes down to 79. So you're going to lose 9 stamina. So just keep that in mind. And next up, we have the Olivinus Glintstone Crown, and that is going to be, isn't this one? Yes, this one right here. That's +3 intelligence and the detriment of HP. Again, it's going to go from 1900 down to 1729. Of course, it's going to be different depending how much HP you have. So if you have 1400 HP, you're not going to lose as much. I think it's like a percentage-based type stat there. Next up, we have the Karolos Glintstone Crown, and that is this one right here. That one just gives you a straight base of +3 intelligence. Now, this one, you lose stamina. So if you don't want to lose HP, but you want to lose a little bit of stamina, so you'll, as an example of it being like percentage-based, I have 97 stamina versus 1900 health. I go down 9 from 97 to 88. So even though this item right here has the same amount of intelligence as this one, I'm only losing a little bit of stamina. I'd probably wear this over this if I had to choose. I'd rather keep my, health bar high as a mage because most of the gear that you're going to wear doesn't have much protection. Your poise is going to be low. Usually you're a light load, whatnot. Next up, we have the Lazuli Glintstone Crown. I believe that's this one. And this one right here is +3 intelligence, +3 dex. And this is another one that's going to be the detriment of HP. This one goes down even further, 1900 down to 1558. So that's like, what is that, like 342 if my math is right? It probably isn't, but whatever. So huge chunk or huge hit to your health bar right there, but you get the +3 and the dex. Then you have the Queen's Crescent Crown. This is one that I wear a lot. This one right here gives you +3 intelligence with no negative side effect for wearing it. So +3 intelligence, no downside at all. I guess the only downside maybe the equipment load, maybe the poise goes down a little bit, but yeah, no real downside to your actual attributes. And then you have the Twinsage Glintstone Crown. This one gives you +6 intelligence, so it gives you a lot of intelligence. But again, this is going to come to the detriment of HP and stamina. So again, 97 down to 88, and then the health goes, or my health goes from 19 to 1729. So you're going to be losing 2 things, but you are getting +6 intelligence. So if I were to equip this, you see my intelligence goes up to 96. And then if I drink the flask real quick here, just in game, we'll drink the flask. And then we'll come over here to our stats, and you see my intelligence is 99. But of course, it's only going to be for 3 minutes, just as an FYI. But like my intelligence is maxed out. So if I was using something that was intelligence-based. Now, a lot of people will tell you, going from 80 to 99, you're going to get minimal gain in the damage that you do. Same thing when you go from I think it's 60 or 65 to 80, you get a minimal gain. And going from 50 to 60, you're going to see not that huge of a jump. But of course, if you went 50 to 80, you would see pretty big jump right there. So most people usually stick to around 80. So if you are stopping, when I play the DLC, I'm going to be stopping my character at 125, and I have 2 different classes that I'm going to be playing. One of them will be Mage, and I'll be stopping at 125 for the playthrough. So with that, I probably won't have 80 intelligence. I'll probably stop somewhere around 60. And then anything that I'll wear a helm that will give me a boost. I'll have the heirloom, the Soreseal, and Godrick's Great Rune once I acquire that on my playthrough. So when I do those things, I will get a boost to the intelligence and stuff. So that'll be my way of getting around, being able to stop at 125, but also, increasing whatever attribute it is for, scaling for my weapons and whatnot, So hopefully someone found this helpful. If you are playing as a mage or you're playing with a weapon that scales off of intelligence and you don't want to put a lot of your, you don't want to put a lot of your attribute points into intelligence. Maybe you would rather stick to dex or faith, but you would like to maybe use a weapon every now and then that scales off intelligence. This is a great way to do that. There are other items in the game, and I'm going to make videos on those, but I'm knocking out all the mage items first in the next few videos. So if you have any questions or comments about anything in Elden Ring regarding mage playthrough, as far as like damage, spells, for certain bosses, whatnot, I have 2,500 hours in the game, and most of it is playing, I would say probably 1,500 hours of it, something like that, is probably playing as an astrologer class, more or less, and playing different types of mage builds, frost mage, fire mage, which is actually what I'm playing right now, whatnot. So that's the video. Hopefully you found it helpful. If not, whatever. I'm out. Peace.